Good morning, everyone. So I was at that intersection just a little while ago for about the last 20 minutes. There's a gentleman who fell at the corner, and he needed help. And when I got over there, he was bloody. But as you can see, I was 2 lanes over. I'm in the same lane where I was. And the unfortunate part about it was when the light turned green for me to go to try to get over, people were still trying to cut me off. People were honking at me, knowing, because they watched me run over there and run back to my truck. This is, a plague on humanity, and it really speaks to what a sorry state we are in as a people. There was another lady, beautiful lady, named Sunny, and I believe she was a nurse because she had a full pack and everything, and we were the only two that stopped. I don't expect everyone to stop, but certainly if you see someone else helping, don't intersect, don't get in the way, don't hinder someone else's effort to help. I'm not mad about it. I'm just disappointed that was the response to people. I understand you have work, you have places to go, but this was a downed human being. Just a downed being in general would have been enough. And he was bleeding and he needed help. And we were able to call 911, give him some aid, and go from there. But guys, you got to do better. We just have to. We can't expect our politicians to do it. We can't go for slogans about things being great. Any of that. If you want the world to be better, you have to start with yourself. You just have to. There's no other way to do it. And hopefully this resonates. Hopefully this reaches some people who might need it. Otherwise, it reaches the people who know exactly where I'm coming from and will share the same message. I treat people the way you would want to be treated. If you were down on a street corner, at six in the morning, face down, how would you want to be treated? Peace, love, unity, solidarity.
What's up, everyone? So I wanted to piggyback on my sentiments when I recorded in the car on the way home. I just had a little bit more time to reflect on it, and probably what I would say now is very much the same. But I have no training as a professional. I've taken a recent CPR class, and I've got a card and everything. But boy, that would have been a test had I really needed to assist that man. And I had my little kit ready that they had given me, I was prepared, but it's a big thing to ask when you're really not 100% confident. But I did go through the small things, just like checking the environment, around him to make sure I wasn't putting myself in danger. And asking him just a few basic questions. And then the lady who I believe was a nurse, Sunny, she came and she had a bigger pack than I did and was prepared. So it worked out fantastic. It was a great pairing that, I could kind of help hold him up while she got the gauze to his face. And, he was coherent enough. But I'm just grateful that that my job was able to offer training to where I can practice saving lives rather than not saving or even, taking in some cases. And you can take that how you like. It's just, it's just my walk. But the way I feel about it is you don't need training to be human. And just to be able to help somebody out, I think is key. So just being able to make that phone call and make sure that another person was just okay and not left on the sidewalk for who knows how long, is the bigger picture. What we do immediately in the moment, I think, is important and crucial. That man, his name was James. Apparently, I guess he was a repeat offender at that convenience store because the employees were rather dismissive to his circumstance. And even though he had alcohol on his breath and things like that, again, he was still worthy of help. He had fallen face first into the concrete. And so there's a good chance that he may have been a little concussed. He definitely had blood coming from his face, things like that. So he needed the help. The responders, I will say, were a little dismissive as well because they knew who he was from, I believe, the day before. So I understand how those things can be a test to our patients and maybe even our tax dollars. But I'm going to call every time. If I see James on the sidewalk every day, I'm going to call, because there's just no saying when it's more important than the last time. And he was clutching his chest for a little while, and apparently he'd been in the hospital the day before. And I just feel that it's not my or our choice to opt when aid is necessary and who's worthy to receive it. Uh, that in itself, I feel, speaks to a larger issue in society with, the entities that are, set up to give help for people for possible recovery, or just, help in general, and from people in general. Again, earlier, like I had mentioned, I was honked at and, maybe even flipped off for, trying to get over to turn around and help the man. But that was my mission, and I wasn't going to put other people in danger to do it, but I was going to get turned around, whether it was in 1 block or 1 mile. I was not going to leave that man, because I told him that I would come back. So I don't know. It's just one of these things that I feel, there was no other option but to help. I know a lot of other people wouldn't, and I'm not judging that. And it certainly doesn't make me fantastic for doing it. And I know a lot of people say you're supposed to just help and not post and, self-aggrandize it, that you're helping and things like that. But I guess my feeling is that when you share these experiences, it, one, allows other people to see that it's just average people that make the biggest difference. It's not superheroes. It's not, everybody who's, a public servant. Sometimes, it's a team effort, and it's a team effort from the citizens to the civil servants and beyond. So that's just kind of my feeling on it. Hopefully this does not come across as, trying to pat myself on the back. That's not it, but it's definitely a shared experience, and I find it worthy of sharing. Am I proud that, I've been aligned with the kind of parents that would raise me to do well, the kind of siblings that kind of brought me up in that as well, and just friends and great people in general? I'm very proud of that. And if that means that I'm proud of this particular action, then yes, so be it. I absolutely will be. And hopefully James is okay. A big shout out to Sonny. And we shook hands at the beginning, and then we were going to leave after the paramedics showed up, and she went to shake my hand, and I gave her a hug. And so now I kind of smell like a cross between a gentleman who probably had a few drinks and was just rough on his luck, and a very positive and beautiful Samaritan. So I'm grateful to have crossed both their paths this morning. And guys, take advantage of every opportunity. You just never know how it's going to affect the next person. Have a fantastic day. And once again, peace, love, unity, solidarity.